فأما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قالت يا أيها الملأ أفتوني في أمري ما كنت قاطعة أمرا حتى تشهدون قالوا نحن أولو قوة وأولو بأس شديد والأمر إليك فانظري ماذا تأمرين قالت إن الملوك إذا دخلوا قرية أفسدوها وجعلوا أعزة أهلها أذلة وكذلك يفعلون وإني مرسلة إليهم بهدية فناظرة بما يرجع المرسلون فلما جاء سليمان قال أتمدونني بمال فما آتاني الله خير مما آتاكم بل أنتم بهديتكم تفرحون ارجع إليهم فلنأتينهم بجنود لا قبل لهم بها ولنخرجنهم منها أذلة وهم صاغرون صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Naml, the mention of Queen Sheba or the Queen Bilqis of Yemen is going on. When she found the letter of Hazrat Sulaiman, she said, she said, قالت يا أيها الملأ أفتوني في أمري. أفتوني في أمري translates as, give me fatwa in this matter of mine, or basically she was seeking counsel. And it is quoted that she had anywhere from 313 to 10,000 or even more people in her court, and each one of those was representing, again the mention is from 10,000 to all the way up to hundreds of thousands of people, and they were all, when they said نحن أولو قوة, we were very strong people, one of them was so strong that he would make the horse run and then would be able to stop the horse not by pulling the reins but by only bringing his legs together. He would stop the horse with the power of his thighs. So very strong people and very numerous and very rich. They said that we are ready to fight essentially, and you have the command, you decide. قالت, she said, إن الملوك إذا دخلوا قرية أفسدوها. The kings, when they enter victoriously into a town, they put it into disorder, they basically destroy it. وَجَعَلُوا أَعِزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً. And whoever is honorable among their citizens, they disgrace them. وَكَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ. And this is how they normally do. That kings, if we fight them and if we lose, then this is what is going to happen to us. That Sulaiman alayhi salam, like if he's like other kings, he will come and he will destroy all of us. So she did not want needlessly to take a fight with Sulaiman alayhi salam. Then this is what she decided. وَإِنِّي مُرْسِلَةٌ إِلَيْهِمْ بِهَدِيَّةٍ فَنَاظِرَةٌ بِمَا يَرْجِعُ الْمُرْسَلُونَ. I am going to send a gift to them, then see what response the envoys will bring back. The envoys of Malka Bilqis, the gift that she sent was some very precious stones and bricks of gold and slaves, men and women, and many precious things. Also, Israeli narrations narrate that there was some things of test in there, so she had clad the women as men and men as women, and also given some other ornaments to test Sulaiman alayhi salam, the wisdom of Sulaiman alayhi salam. And the ulama have written that the real intent was to find out if Sulaiman alayhi salam is like any other king, then he would be happy with the presents. And if he's a real Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he will not be happy unless we bring faith. So if he's after the world, he'll become happy with the world that we are sending to them. And some ulama have written that she also told her envoy that pay very close attention to how Sulaiman deals with you. If he deals with you with arrogance, tell me. If he deals with you humbly and politely, then also tell me. So with all these gifts and these men and women, this envoy, which was one chief and many others under him, they went to Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam about it. Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam countered them by commanding the jinns to lay the floor of gold bricks. They were bringing a few gold bricks. Sulaiman laid the floor of gold bricks 30 miles before his castle would start. And then some narrations say that he asked the jinns and the other creatures to find out the most unique, the most beautiful animals of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then bring them and tie them on the floors of gold. And then he said that tie them in such a way that their excreta and their refuse should fall on the gold. So when the envoy came, and then he also had some gold chairs, like 40,000 gold chairs to his right, 40,000 gold chairs to his left, where the ulama, the awliya and others were sitting, and he had animals line up on one side, jinns line up on the other side. So when the envoy came, they became very embarrassed. When they saw that this is what we are bringing a few gold bricks, they quietly, secretly dropped their gold bricks, and when they passed by the jinn and the shayateen and the animals, they became very scared and awe-inspired. Then finally, when they met Sulaiman alayhi salam, Sulaiman alayhi salam met with them very humbly, very politely and very nicely. فَلَمَّا جَاءَ سُلَيْمَانَ قَالَ, and Sulaiman alayhi salam said to them, أَتُمِدُّونَنِي بِمَالٍ, what do you think you are trying to financially help me? You are going to help me financially? فَمَا آتَانِيَ اللَّهُ خَيْرٌ مِمَّا آتَاكُمْ, what Allah has given to me is much better than what Allah has given to you. And the proof of that you have already seen. So two things should be learned here. Number one, needlessly taking fights should be avoided. And Malika Saba was a very wise ruler, that she tried to find out, and she had the intent that if he's a true Nabi of Allah, I'll submit and I'll become a Muslim. Second thing is that to show off your wealth is not allowed for the purpose of showing off. But within the limits of Sharia, when it is a thing of kufr versus iman, then showing off the state that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept us in is permissible. And this is also proven from the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at times, when in fight, if I remember correctly, Abu Sa'id Khudri radiallahu anh, he was walking very arrogantly with broad shoulders and a walk that would show his strength. The Prophet ﷺ said, before he was about to face the enemy, the Prophet ﷺ said that this kind of walk is really hated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, despised to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except on this day, on such an occasion where there is a face-off between Iman and Kufr. Similarly, the Prophet ﷺ has commanded the Sahaba to, the first few rounds of Tawaf, circumambulation, when the Prophet ﷺ came, he commanded the Sahaba to walk very in a way that would show off strength, to tell the kuffar that Muslims are not weak. Similarly, before the Prophet ﷺ conquered Makkah, he commanded that the tents of Muslims, the Muslim army was 10,000, he commanded that they should be spread out and one light should be lit at every single one of those tents, so that when Abu Sufyan, the leader of kuffar who had not become a Muslim at that time, when he climbed up to a higher ground and saw, he was impressed that there is so many people that we stand no chance. Tomorrow if they come and attack Makkah, we have no chance. So these kind of things are permissible when there is a face-off between Islam and Kufr. And this is what Sulaiman alayhi salam did as well. And he said that you are trying to financially help me, what Allah has given to me. The third thing is that in whatever, so Sulaiman alayhi salam was impressing them with all this that he had, but at the same time he is very humble and he's saying that all of this has been given to me by my Allah. So when we have something, our focus should always in those things, through those things, should turn towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bal antum bihadiyatikum tafrahun. Sulaiman alayhi salam returned their gifts and he said that you yourselves, you are proud of your gifts, or another meaning is that you enjoy what you have, I don't need this. Irji ilayhim, turn back and go back to where you are coming from. فَلَنَأْتِيَنَّهُمْ بِجُنُودٍ لَا قِبَلَ لَهُمْ بِهَا وَلَنُخْرِجَنَّهُمْ مِنْهَا أَذِلَّةً وَهُمْ صَاغِرُونَ. Go back to them and we will bring to them forces they have no power to face. Now he is telling the envoy that go back to the people that you have come from and tell them that if they don't come submitting, then we are going to come and we will come with forces that they will not, you are seeing, we will come with forces that they will not be able to face. بِجُنُودٍ لَا قِبَلَ لَهُمْ بِهَا وَلَنُخْرِجَنَّهُمْ مِنْهَا أَذِلَّةً وَهُمْ صَاغِرُونَ, and we will certainly drive them out from there in humiliation while they are disgraced. So Sulaiman alayhi salam told him his intention that I do not need wealth, I do not need anything. Either come submitting to me or you will be evicted from your lands and disgraced. Inshallah, we'll continue reading the story next week. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. One thing that I forgot to mention is that the ruling about accepting or returning the gifts of a non-believer. Bilqis, the Queen Sheba, was a disbeliever. Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam returned the gift. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's general way or preferred way, or there's a hadith to this effect as well, that if non-Muslims give me a gift, I am commanded to return it, except in some occasions. For example, Abu Sufyan, the Sahabi that we just mentioned, before he became a Muslim, radiallahu anh, he had sent the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam some gifts, some leather and stuff. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam accepted it. So the ruling is that when we have a firm expectation that accepting this gift will bring this person closer to Islam, then it is allowed to accept their gift. Otherwise, such gifts, if they are giving with arrogance or if it is going to have no effect on their acceptance of Islam, then such gifts should be generally, it is best to turn them away. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم.